What is good, everyone? Podcast time. I just pretty much finished editing. So, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment, did this with my boy Nick. Um, Love that guy, man. Yeah, had a nice conversation about wrestling. Kind of started to ramble a little bit, but it is what it is, you know? Sometimes you just be going off topic a lot. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, enjoy the episode. Episode 2, gotta plan it. You already know. Welcome to the podcast. Doesn't even have a name yet. It's just a wrestling podcast. Yeah, we're going to talk about wrestling. Hit it. There we go. So I got my list down here. All right. So like we were talking about at work, man, bro.
That's half our work conversation.
It is. It's just wrestling.
Because work's fucking boring.
It
Don't get a 9 to 5. Sell crack. Anyways.
Don't do drugs. Don't do that.
Don't do the drugs. Sell them. Okay.
Don't sell them either.
Don't listen to this guy.
Okay.
That's why we're in the position we're in now. Anyways.
Yeah. So the first thing I have on my list is like WWE is just not really entertaining me anymore. It's like
it's funny because like last year it was really good. Like majority of the pay-per-views are really good.
they were.
This year I feel like it kind of fell off between the Royal Rumble was there were like a couple decent matches. I mean, I always try to tune into the Rumble just to see who wins it.
Yeah, I try and do that too.
And the match with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was really good.
Yeah.
Plus Randy came back, so that was a big pop, easy enough. But the rest of it was kind of just like,
Yeah. I didn't enjoy the Women's Royal Rumble. It's not sexist, I swear. I like women wrestling. But, you know, it's just the decision that they made for that, having Charlotte win it. But I guess she didn't win the title at WrestleMania, so.
But then that's even a bigger slap in the face to everyone else because you're telling me that your goal was to basically put Tiffany over, which she really didn't necessarily need. But then you want to sit here and take someone who's supposed to be like the GOAT of women's wrestling, which is just I don't believe that personally, but that's besides the point. And then you basically have her return at the Rumble, win the Rumble, and then not capitalize, but then lose to Tiffany at Mania. It kind of felt like a wasted opportunity that could have been used for somebody else, like a less popular wrestler, a less booked wrestler at that. And even if they were going to lose to Tiffany, at least they would have had a big opportunity to be on that big stage.
Yeah. I think the Rumble was before Lyra became Intercontinental Champion, right?
No.
It wasn't?
Wait, hold up. I'm trying to think now. It was.
Yeah.
Or no. Actually, I think she was either right before she was about to be champion. I think she was champion at that time.
Okay.
They booked her terribly, in my opinion, Lyra. Especially considering the fact that she actually is good at wrestling. Came from the same place the freaking Finn Balor and Jay McDonough are like when it came to like learning wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's like they know what those guys are good. She's good. They know what they're doing, and the fact that what was I gonna say? The fact that they have her in this feud with Becky, and it's just Becky winning every time, is kind of it's not right. I don't think it's right because it's a mid-card title. Becky Lynch does not need to have a mid-card title right now. She doesn't need to have any title right now.
Yeah, no. She's already established like in the business, and it's not really wasting a title on her, but it's wasting a spot that could be used for a younger talent for sure.
Exactly, or someone who needs that shine a lot more than Becky does. And here's the thing: when I sit here and make Becky Hogan jokes, the fucking marks over here want to sit here and tell, and I hate using that term unironically, but I have to in this instance. Y'all want to sit here and tell me that I'm out of pocket, that I don't know what I'm talking about. But meanwhile, why is she holding that title hostage? Why is she bullying Lyra? Because unbeknownst, you can actually have more than one Irish women's wrestler in the same company and be, successful. But I guess not.
The W promo. Good job.
I'm practicing for my inevitable wrestling career change.
Yeah. Yeah, the next thing on my list is that, like, WrestleMania, we kind of already got into it, like, how the shows weren't really as good, but, like, WrestleMania in particular, there were a couple of good matches, but overall, the show...
Overall, I would say, if you were tuning into WrestleMania for the first time, or you were watching, like, you were, like, specifically getting Peacock just for that, honestly, you could just save your money at that point. Because it's like, it's not, there's more boring matches than good matches. Because here's the thing, realistically, like night one, majority of it was boring. I watched the Tiffany match, and I watched the main event, of course, because big CM Punk fan. And I think I might have watched like one or two other matches, but realistically, it's like outside that I didn't care for it. Yeah. Night two, I didn't even watch. The only good match from night two, in my opinion, I'm not even going to say that the John Cena Cody Rhodes match was good because it was far too predictable. But the
I don't even think that match was good.
It wasn't.
The match was just, it was slow. Like, I know Cena's not at the level that he was, but it was just slow.
Cena's always been slow. And that's the thing. He's not in a lot of, in that whole promo where Cody cut on him, he said, "You still can't wrestle." It's like, damn right. And people hate when I say that because fucking nostalgia has people thinking, "Oh my God, John Cena's the GOAT." Da da da. It's like the man had. I could count how many moves he did consistently in every match on two hands. Probably less than this, to be honest. Because you get your 5 moves. Because you get your 5 moves of Doom, AA, STF. That little, he used to do like some other stuff. Like he pulled out that sunset flip powerbomb on Cody at SummerSlam, but that was kind of cool. He used to just pull out all kinds of random moves and stuff on other people like KO. Cesaro, AJ, like all these guys besides AJ, of course, the guys from NXT, he was taking them all and putting them over, and was, doing stuff outside of like his normal. He felt like less of an action figure and felt like an actual human being wrestling. And then he left to Hollywood, barely showed up here and there. And then he decides, okay, this is going to be my last year. And it's like, it kind of feels like an action figure again.
Yeah. Most of his matches were kind of just like finisher, signature, 5 knuckle shuffle.
It's literally just spamming. It's literally spamming moves like it's a fighting game, and not in a good way.
It wasn't entertaining when he went against Randy. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then again, that's...
But it's just... If you look at it from the actual wrestling, like, in-ring part of wrestling, then yeah, it was kind of just mid.
Mid is definitely accurate, and it's like, I mean, the thing is the fact that it's like Cody also, he does more moves, realistically, but it's like there's also some things he's not allowed to do that he was doing when he was in AEW, on the indies and things like that. And what bothered me about his Mania, it's like I knew that was going to happen. What bothered me about this whole John Cena heel championship run was the fact that it only lasted 4 months, number one. Number two, they basically were just playing his greatest hits. And that's exactly what they're going to do next with him facing Brock Lesnar. Which, by the way, I'm going to just say this now for the record, horrible decision by WWE. That man's still under investigation for all the shady shit that he was doing. People don't like when you bring that up, when you talk about that sort of thing. But at the same time, it's like, well, we're going to talk about it because that's the reason he was not only left the company, but was straight up wiped off the history of WWE. They give him the Benoit treatment, act like he doesn't exist. And it's
that's literally why it's funny, because it's why they canceled the post show when he returned, or the press conference when he returned, is because they were just going to
ask some questions about fucking why did you bring Brock back,
about like Vince and about Just all the investigations that went on.
Which I think is
Like
just
cancel.
a cowardly move. It's like, why would you... So you purposely canceled the press conference, which, by the way, those are boring. I'm sorry. The only time they were ever entertaining was when Jey Uso got drunk and that started the whole yeet thing. That's it. And that was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. Now, I kind of enjoyed the press conference. It made it seem like kind of like more just like a sport, really, and it was kind of out of character, but still in character for all of them. So I kind of just enjoyed that a little bit.
I think the press conference. Well, here's the thing. AEW's press conferences are always fun after pay-per-views, and it's funny because New Japan does one. They do before and after pay-per-views as well. Yeah. I like when AEW does it because it actually feels like a... How do I explain it? It makes it feel like there was more of a fight than just like a performance act. Mm-hmm. Even though that's realistically what wrestling kind of is as a whole, but like you said, it felt more sporty.
Yeah. So still on the topic of pay-per-views, SummerSlam, which we kind of covered with the you mentioned like Cena doing the sunset flip on Cody and bringing out more moves. SummerSlam, in my opinion, was actually really good. I enjoyed the whole show for the most part. I did skip 3 matches that I wasn't interested in, but
see, I don't have many notes on it because I didn't watch it. I saw what was going on Instagram, and that was really it. Yeah. And I think what kind of turned me off of watching SummerSlam was A, the fact that it was 2 nights, and B, the fact that prior to SummerSlam, earlier in July, I remember they had Saturday Night Main Event and All In from AEW at the same night. So I watched All In with my buddy, and then we put on Main Event because I figured we'll be almost done. And it was the Gunther and Goldberg match. Oh God! And when I tell you that was the hardest I've laughed in a while. It was okay because ready. So you've seen the match, right? Yeah. You saw the entrance. You saw Goldberg's entrance in particular. 2 moments. The match hadn't even started yet. Yeah. But it was the fact that he's walked. He does the classic entrance. He opens the locker door, comes out, walks all the way down. Yeah, it wasn't even security. It was just a bunch of old bastards with him. Really? And then the fact that he literally just in the middle of walking just stops and just goes, ah! No, it's on YouTube. I swear to God, it is one of the funniest things I've seen in a hot minute. And then that, but he stops again right when he's in Gorilla, right before he comes to the curtain, and he goes to dap somebody up or something, or give them a hug, and just misses completely. Yeah, you straight burn into my memory just because of how absurd the whole thing was. And then the fact that he was challenging Gunther for the world title, it's like, you know damn well that Gunther's winning that match. Because if he lost that title and Goldberg was world champion, people would lose their minds in a bad way. They wouldn't be making no type money. Well, that's not true, but it would have been bad. It would have been really bad. Yeah. It would have been like when he won the Universal title in 2017, 16. Oh yeah, he beat Brock for it. Or did he beat? I think it was Kevin Owens. I don't remember. It was one of those 2 guys. Yeah. Either way, that was completely unnecessary because he was old then. Yeah. That was 8 years ago, something like that. That was a long ass time ago. And he only got older. So just like everyone else, you only get older, so you're not gonna get better. But overall, SummerSlam thought was pretty solid. I skipped the Karrion Kross match for the most part versus Sami Zayn because, what is the point? He literally he got released a week ago or something. Why would I watch that? Yeah, he was over with the fans, but he had no story. He had no anything. And then Sami's Karrion Kross. I want to talk about him. I'm gonna let you finish while I look up this match card. He's good. His promo skills are good. His in-ring skills are good.
his character work is very good actually, but I don't know, just this whole Sami Zayn thing. His story has been the underdog since he was in NXT.
Who, Sammy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
and it's like, it's, first of all, he's been a tag champion and Intercontinental champion. Did he win the United States Championship? I don't think so.
No, I don't know.
Right, so it's like, yeah, this whole underdog story in every single feud he's in. First of all, he shouldn't be the underdog against Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
Let's just start there, because if realistically, Kross is the underdog. Yeah. Because he's the one that needs to get over. He's the one that fans actually are cheering for.
Yeah.
But and it's just that I personally feel like WWE dropped the ball with him.
Yeah.
And it's like you had you could have really made him into a good, solid heel, even just as a mid-carder. Even if you don't make him world champion, you could have made him a heel. And they just, because it's like he understands how to, everything he said was accurate. He knows how to, he's good on the mic. He's good in the ring.
Yeah.
He's being a bad guy is just it comes natural to him.
Yeah.
Or being a bad guy on TV comes natural to him, and he knows how to get, he's been doing this ever since he came back when he got fired initially.
Yeah.
He's just he's literally been playing, and you'll notice this too if you look back at all the few people he's feuded with. He's what's the word I'm looking for? He's corrupted them almost in a way. He did it to when he was beefing with Ray when he came back. Him and Dom. He did it to Dom. Dom turned heel. He his whole thing with AJ. He was trying to get AJ to basically stop pulling his punches. And then AJ stopped pulling his punches. That match they had on Raw when he straight up hit him with a phenomenal forearm, and he has hands behind his back. He's like, "Fuck it, you're gonna hit me. I'm not defending nothing. You're gonna hit me." Right? So he's forcing people to basically, and he's trying to do the same thing with Sami Zayn, was basically force him into not trying to be a baby face, trying not to be squeaky clean. He's like, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty if you want to ever be anything.
Yeah.
And that's true to an extent.
Yeah. And it was, I think, and now last week on Raw, I think it was last week where Sami Zayn is now with Jacob, and so he's back
he's back on SmackDown, involved in the Bloodline. Yeah. Now I want to veer off for a second. Let's talk about the Bloodline. Why the fuck are there so many Samoans? Why? How many fucking kids are y'all having?
A lot. You know there was a baby Uso on the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So because we just need another fucking give it 20 years. We just need another fucking Samoan, don't we? Let's run it down real quick.
The story will never end.
You got Jimmy and Jay Uso, Rikishi, you want to add him, The Rock. Then we have his dad. Then we have Sifa and Afa.
Oh yeah.
Haku. Yeah. Then you have Gorillas of Destiny, so that's Tongaloa Tamatonga. Hikuleo, going by a different name. I don't think Jeff Cobb's related, so I don't know why he's
I don't think
there.
So. He's from he's probably from the farthest island on the...
I don't fucking know. I don't know. Them Samoans be fucking like rabbits. Jacob Fatu, Solo. Am I missing anybody? That's 14 people I've counted, by the way.
Did you say the one that's not in WWE yet, Zilla?
Zilla 15. That's 15 people.
And then there's also Tamina, right?
Tamina? No, she's Jimmy Snuka's kid. So I don't think they're related, but just in case I might be wrong about that.
Isn't Samoa Joe technically Samoan? Are we just going on the a NOI?
I'm talking NOI. I'm trying to see how many of them are connected.
Well, Nia Jax is related to Dwayne for some reason.
Fuck's sake. Okay, so that's 16 people.
And then you got the Rock's daughter.
Ava, yeah, okay, so that's 7. Oh, she's GM of NXT, so she is in the wrestling business. So that's 17 people, and I think 15 of them are related.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think there's got to be more.
It's like AEW with Canadians. I swear to God, at one point you had your top guys: Kenny Omega, Canadian, One of your top heels, Christian Cage, Canadian. Adam Copeland, Canadian. A bunch of the mid-carders are Canadian. They're in Toronto quite a bit. What else am I forgetting?
Canada,
like,
I don't know.
Just so I feel like every company has their thing where they just have a lot of like wrestlers from this particular background.
Yeah.
It's like New Japan technically Japanese, but we're not going to talk about that.
That's
like the two ones that people would watch here in the States, AEW and WWE. WWE love their Samoans just like AEW loves their Canadians.
Well, let's get into the other companies since you started talking about AEW and their
companies.
So, Forbidden Door is soon.
Yes.
I saw MJF versus
MJF versus Hangman. That's going to be them. Yep. It's funny too because MJF literally has what he's doing is basically invoking. So at All In, he won what's called a Casino Gauntlet match, and basically it's two people start, and then it turns into like a million people.
I think I've seen that before.
You know the Gauntlet match, and he won a contract. It's basically Money in the Bank. It's basically like it works the same way as a Money in the Bank briefcase. You can kind of cash in whenever.
Yeah.
But there was a promo exchange between Hangman and MJF last week, and it's funny because he keeps calling him Seabiscuit. He keeps calling Hangman Seabiscuit, and he literally says to him, he's like, "Do you know how Seabiscuit ends, you dumbass? He wins." And I was like, he's not wrong. Which I feel like might have been a foreshadowing to what happens here, because I doubt Hangman's going to drop the title at a month after, like 2 months after, not a month and a half really after having it. He basically rage baits MJF, which is not hard to do, because MJF is mentally unstable, at least as a character. And he goes, and he's like, "I'm cashing in my contract. I'll see you at Forbidden Door." Basically was the exchange. But it's like, that match, obviously I'm going to want to tune into that match. But I also, like, the thing about Forbidden Door, which I like, was when you have that mix of AEW wrestlers, New Japan wrestlers, then they started doing business with CMLL. So you have basically this three-way kind of crossover of promotions, which, WWE's technically doing something similar with but they also bought AAA and they're working with TNA, but they're realistically just putting they're putting the majority of their NXT talent over with TNA, which doesn't really sit right with me personally, but that's besides the point. But then again, NXT has a bunch of fucking old heads in it too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Like Shawn Spears is like 40. Yeah. Or in his 40s. I don't know how old he actually is. But he's been in the business for a hot minute. Yeah. Same with Ethan Page. Even though Ethan Page is entertaining. So, Shawn Spears isn't. That chairman bit was the only time he was entertaining, in my personal opinion, for what I've seen of him. And he tried to bring him back in NXT, and I'm just like, So we ran out of ideas.
Pretty much that's how it goes.
It's funny because people complain about the way about AEW hiring all these guys that worked for WWE, either in NXT or like the main roster.
I don't really see a problem with that though.
I don't see a problem with that because at the end of the day, and a prime example of this was Swerve. Do you remember Swerve in NXT? Isaiah Swerve Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah. Swerve Strickland signed AEW after getting fired from NXT around 2022. And 3 years later, he's one of the top guys in AEW. He's the world champion, and still in the not world top picture right now, but he is like. Not to mention, Samoa Joe. They didn't use Samoa Joe very well in WWE. I mean, he was NXT champion, he was United States champion, but he had that feud with Brock, and he couldn't. Realistically, I feel like he could have beat Brock and went on a Universal title run, and it would have been good because Samoa Joe knows what he's doing. So then, it was a slow burn to when Joe went to AEW. He won mid-card titles. And then the end of, World's End in 2023, the first ever World's End, he beat MJF for the world title and then was champion for about 4 months. But realistically, it's like he didn't need to hold the title for long. It's just MJF had to kind of, MJF was injured, so he puts the title. They put the title on Joe. Joe carries it for a little bit, builds up his rivalry with Swerve. And it's funny too because the first Dynamite of January 24 was him coming out as champion, and then Hook. Do you know Hook?
Taz's son, right?
Taz's son, exactly. Okay, good. Challenged him the following week. And then they had a match that was pretty good. Obviously, Joe won, but and then that led to the rivalry with Swerve, and then Swerve beat him at Dynasty in April that year, and then was world champion until All In August, and then Danielson beat him, and then Mox beat him in October.
Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we basically had the Death Riders for almost a year. Quick little summary for the last year in wrestling in AEW.
Man, bad bookings. They suck, don't they?
Oh.
Samoa Joe, like you said, in WWE, they didn't really book him properly. He was good on Samoa he was like the face of
Samoa
TNA
Joe helped build TNA.
The
He wasn't there in the very, very beginning because he was still a Ring of Honor at the time. But him, AJ, those two guys will forever be tied to TNA because it's the reason why TNA became what it was. They had a TV deal and all that, and then it just turned to Impact, and shit kind of just hit the fan at that point. Joe left, and then he went to NXT. AJ eventually left. I feel like they did AJ even dirtier because
the caliber that AJ was when he came. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, AJ realistically was coming off of a heel run as world champion in Impact, and then they want he'd already taken a pay cut in the past because they were struggling to keep the lights on. And they asked, if you feel like me, probably because it was something to do with sleep. Asked him to take an even bigger pay cut, like an unrealistic size pay cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was like 60% basically. He was making 60%. He would have been making 60% less money. So he's like, I can't do that. I guess then that was pretty much his business done with TNA for that time. Yeah. That's when he went to New Japan, and then proceeded to terrorize New Japan for like 2 years, which was great. Don't get me wrong. I put New Japan, Bullet Club, AJ in like top 10 all time. Just like everything, like he had the charisma. Obviously, the in-ring work was impeccable, and he was able to keep up with the top guys in Japan. Okada, Nakamura at the time. We should talk about Nakamura as well.
Wow. That is. Hey.
I think he had beef with. I think he had a feud with Kota Ibushi at one point, and this is when Kota Ibushi was like one of the top guys in the company still. Kenny Omega. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I'm lying. Him and Kenny Omega were, they were all in Bullet Club together. And then when it was time for AJ to basically, it was like towards the end of his tenure with New Japan, and he was going to WWE, that's when, because the way Bullet Club works is basically when the leader leaves the company, they get usurped basically by somebody else. So it was Finn went to WWE, Prince Devitt went to WWE, come Finn Balor. So then AJ took over. AJ went to WWE, so then Kenny Omega takes over. And then Kenny Omega and Cody were basically fighting over who leads Bullet Club. Because technically they were both leading Bullet Club at one point. And then they both went to AEW, and then they both formed AEW. So then they need a new Bullet Club leader, and that's when Switchblade Jay White comes into play. And if you don't know Switchblade Jay White, look him up on YouTube. That man can wrestle his ass off, and he's great as a character. Anyways, so Switchblade takes over as and then he goes to AEW. He takes over as leader of Bullet Club, then he goes to AEW. And right now, Dave Finlay, Fit Finlay's kid, I don't know if you remember Fit Finlay from forever ago, the Irish guy. He hit the shillelagh.
Yeah.
He's the current leader of Bullet Club.
Currently?
Oh. Since 2023.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But what was the original point I was making?
We were talking about bad bookings.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they booked Joe badly. They also booked Nakamura badly since I brought him up.
Yeah.
Because realistically, he was NXT champion. And then he was United States champion. I think he won King of the Ring, and he won an Intercontinental Championship, if I'm not mistaken, but no world title run. Which, considering
they limited. See, the thing is, they kind of limited what he did.
They lowered the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because Nakamura was a world champion. Nakamura was basically God in New Japan.
Yeah.
Like if you know New Japan, you know Prime Nakamura was a fucking problem. And he was still pretty much in his prime when he left to go to NXT.
Yeah.
And it's like that alone, putting him as the NXT champion, that's cool. But making him, they should have given him a major title run, even just as Universal Champion.
Yeah, I think
as the blue red belt, who gives a shit? Yeah. He should have had at least one run with that while he was still, because now it's like he can still go, but it's like it's not the same.
Didn't he win the 2018 Royal Rumble?
Not sure. I'm gonna look that up.
Because if I remember correctly, Nakamura won the Rumble. Then he lost. No, wait. Then he lost at WrestleMania to.
Yeah, he won him and Asuka won their respective Royal Rumbles. And then I can't remember what happened after that. This is right around the time I stopped watching WWE. Oh, actually, this was a little bit before that. It was really I stopped watching wrestling as a whole. Oh yeah, they were back in New Orleans for the second time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they did back-to-back this year, didn't they? Or they're going to, I think.
New Orleans? They went to Vegas this year. I'm trying to see.
I think they're going to Vegas next year.
Yeah, it was AJ. Yeah, AJ was champion against Nakamura. It was the two main matches were AJ Nakamura versus, which by the way, that match would have gone. I don't know how good the actual match was in WWE, but I feel it would have gone crazy a couple of years beforehand. Especially in Japan. Listen, Japanese wrestling, I harp on it a lot because the energy, the environment, it's very different. But back to Mania, he lost to AJ, and then the other match was Roman versus Brock for the Universal title.
Yeah.
Back when it was a blue belt. I'm kind of glad they got rid of the red and blue belts because it's like there's no reason to have.
Yeah, I thought the way it should have been was how it was like in previous years. You have the WWE Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship,
which we have now.
Yeah, but the belts look shitty.
The belts don't look as good as because I have the big gold belt. I have the replica of the OG WCW belt, and it's got a brown strap, and it looks really good. The new one looks similar, but they have this fat ass WWE logo slapped in the middle of it. I'm like, no, that's ugly. Get that out of here. I don't know. The WWE Championship, I will say, is better. It looks it's. I didn't like the spinner belt.
Whoa. Top 5 looking belts of all time.
Okay, this is easy enough.
In your opinion, because it's probably different for me.
WCW Big Gold Belt, the White Strap Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
The Winged Eagle WWE Championship from back in the day. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship that also has the white strap, and then the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Just because it's got like the USA flag on. It's got a red strap. Will Ospreay actually had it. He changed the plates on it so it was the United Kingdom Championship.
Nice.
Because he was the champion at the time. And then they got rid of, it's funny because they used that belt, but got rid of the Intercontinental belt in New Japan. And then got rid of that for the Global Championship that exists now. And it really it's basically just the Intercontinental Championship with a different name and a different look, which I feel like is we're kind of just going around in circles at a point. What about you? What's yours? You say United States
the white strap Intercontinental Championship, the WCW heavyweight. I like that one. The WWE, like when they switched the WWE from the spinner belt, also actually
the black and gold one.
Yeah,
the big logo on it. Yeah, that was.
I like that one. And then for some reason, I like the spinner belt, so I'm gonna put the spinner belt.
I understand why people like the spinner belt. It's just me. I was just like,
Yeah. I have somewhere in there. It's downstairs, I think, actually, but I have it's like fully metal.
My friend has the regular spinner belt. He also has a CM Punk special spinner belt.
Nice. Let me bring up my list again. Yeah, we could talk for days about bad bookings, but what do you think is going to happen in the MJF Forbidden Door match?
He's not gonna win it. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't think Hangman would have built up a story for months to beat Mox in a Texas Death Match, by the way, which is definitely not the first time they've done it. And it's funny too because the last time they had a Texas Death Match, Hangman won the exact same way. Wrapped chain around his neck, threw him over the top rope, choked him until he tapped out. And those matches are great. They're brutal, but they're great. Like, I remember my one friend, because I was at my friend's house. His girlfriend brought her sister over, and she came in just in time for the main event. And that was the main event. It was the Texas Death Match. And I shit you not, within the first couple minutes of the match opening, basically Hangman puts Mox in a triangle choke, pulls out a fucking fork from his boot.
I saw that clip.
Stabs him in the head like a dozen times. Straight legit stabbed him in the head with the fork, and that man was bleeding.
Oh my god!
Like, they don't listen. They don't hold back in AEW. They don't hold back, and people complain online, and it's like, oh, they're doing all these hardcore matches. Da 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 da. It's like, if you think that, like, that's still toned down compared to the death matches you'll see that aren't on television. GCW has insane death matches. Nick Gage, just look up Nick Gage if you don't know who Nick Gage is. His whole thing is just doing death matches. Like, I'm talking light tubes. I'm talking barbed wire, everything. Like, ridiculous.
I bet.
Pizza cutters come out. You ever had a pizza cutter dragged across your forehead, cutting your head open?
Hell no.
Yeah.
That is just... See, those matches are very entertaining. Just because of...
You can't have them too much. You can't have too many.
But just because of what they... what the guys, like, put themselves through for...
You definitely pay respect.
So it's like...
And people are like, oh, there's no reason to do all that. It's like, it's entertainment.
It is entertainment.
And you know what I mean? It's like, you can't... It's hard to fake that stuff.
But
that's why when people say wrestling's fake... Like, it's funny enough... The sister of my friend... who saw that match with us, she was like, isn't wrestling fake? And we both look over at her just like this, and we both corrected, and we all corrected her very quickly, and be like, it's not fake, it's scripted. You can't fake half this shit. Being put through a table, you can't fake that. Getting your head cut open with a fork, you can't fake that. Get that thing Mox does where you're on the top rope, but he fucking digs his nails into your back. That's real. Every chop, every forearm to the face. That's not face. It's right here. That's real. A lot of this stuff is real, especially the strikes. Like, if you were to go back to early 2000s Triple H, you can see that some of those punches were probably real, but I imagine a lot of them were fake, and you can tell because he would hit you, or he would pretend to hit you. And he would make a sound. He'd be like, "Oh, oh, oh," and he would stomp.
Yeah, they do.
In unison. You see it. Exactly. It's like people complain about people slapping their thighs for a super kick. Number one, I'm not trying to kick the fucking guy's teeth in. And
you gotta make that sound, though.
You gotta make that sound because it's gotta be effective. It's like when people slap their knee for a knee strike. Shelton Benjamin does it. Like, he'll literally, like, what's one of his moves now is he'll get you in the corner and then do a running knee, slap his thigh. It sounds brutal, but he doesn't even touch it.
The chops, man, you just... Oh, my God. It's brutal.
We don't know what I've never seen. I've never seen someone do a 5-star. Just palm right on someone's back.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever
I feel like if I ever became a wrestler, that would be my move.
They do a chop.
They do the overhand to the chest,
yeah.
but never to the back. Like, Gunther will do a knife edge to your back, and it's loud. But I feel like I feel like if I ever became a wrestler, that would be like a signature of mine. It's just wait till the back's turned. Sound like a fucking gunshot.
Oh yeah. You just backstage. Oh, damn, you're out of water.
That's fine.
But yeah, just backstage, you just turn the flash on. It's literally just your handprint.
It's red as shit.
Oh my God.
The Gunther, I don't think he really tans per se. So you can see the welts on him. You can see his chest get lit up. And you see the blood vessels. You see his chest, it's super red. Damn near purple.
What was I going to say?
Actually, I kind of want to see the list. I want to see what ones.
Oh, I got you.
Stare at it. Let's see.
Yeah, I think so. What he was talking about is like.
Yeah, we cover half these already.
Yeah, we pretty much all
inadvertently.
But I lost it, man. It was something on Cody's podcast. They were talking about something. It was
which episode?
The one with Kevin Owens.
Because they talked about last time. They talk about hey, I like that bit where he's talking about how Sami Zayn will change an important part of the match 40 seconds before they have to go out. He's in gorilla wrapping his wrists, and like when Cody gets all these people on his podcast, I always try and watch it because, especially Kevin Owens, because literally from 2015 when he came to NXT and when he came up to challenge Cena and he had he beat Cena. He was him from the jump.
Dude, he just became one of my favorites, even though he was a heel. You're not supposed to like him. I just liked him for some reason.
Oh, I love heels. Miz is one of my favorite all-time heels, and I like MJF. I like Jon Moxley.
Is Moxley a heel?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's still a heel.
But, people are speculating that after his contract's over, he's gonna return to WWE.
Who, Mox? I really, really doubt that. I really doubt that.
Yeah. We'll see though.
We need Matt Cardona to go back to one of those two companies because he's been in AEW a number of times.
Yeah.
And I think what bothers me, and it's funny, my friend we were talking about this about Cross. He was saying that he kind of doesn't want Cross to be in AEW because Cross was lobbying for WWE so much, and he's made it clear that he wants to be in WWE.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, because it's like,
yeah, if they don't treat you right, then obviously
there's too many. It's too big. There's too many people. So it's like, even though wrestling's really a rotating door, there's still a lot of people who end up in catering for months and either wrestle random TV matches or they wrestle dark matches or they just do house shows. Dakota Kai, for example. I love Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai didn't do anything up until her release.
Yeah.
And I thought she was going to beat Lyra for the Intercontinental Championship. Or like to become an inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
And and after that, she kind of just fell off the face of the earth.
When you're established in WWE, or even another company, and then you go, I feel like people like Bobby Roode, right? When he came over, what did he do?
Well, he was NXT champion.
Yeah, but
remember he had the neck injury.
He did have the neck injury.
So the neck injury and he had been on the shelf for so long, and he was doing he became a backstage producer.
Yeah.
And I saw an interview not too long ago with him. I think it was Chris Van Vliet, and he straight up said he's like, yeah, I don't have to. Yeah. I don't feel compelled to compete in the ring again. It's like I'm happy what I'm doing backstage.
Yeah. Well, injuries are a different story, I guess. But when you're somebody like
just falling off is different from being injured.
When you're somebody like Balor, you're this person in...
Dude, they're trying,
You're this person in NXT. You're this person before...
This man was a GOAT in NXT. Both his runs, GOATed. And then he wins the Universal Championship. So he's top of the fucking world. But because of a fucking injury during that match, he has to hand the title over. And what bothered me the most about... I think this was last... No, this wasn't last year. I think this was the year before. Seth Rollins wins... He's the inaugural new World Heavyweight Champion, basically. He beat and so Finn, starts this whole feud with him. He's like, you did it again. He basically
this thing sucks.
Listen, it could be worse. And he basically, the opportunity for him to become a world champion was right there. I feel like the whole feud with Rollins, because realistically, it's like Rollins at that point was already top guy, Hall of Famer, undoubtedly, boom, right? But they just, I understand, okay, realistically, that first title run was a consolation prize for putting Cody over. Not like he needed it, but he still did it, right? Yeah. That helped build up Cody to challenge Roman at Mania. Yeah. So he has the title, and then he held it for quite a while. He held it, I think, until it was WrestleMania last year, and Drew beat him.
But then Priest won,
and then Priest cashed in. And it's funny that Rollins did the same thing. And people say that, and there's people say you can tell how old some wrestling fans are if they bring up the fact that it's karma for him cashing in on Jeff Hardy. Because remember his feud with Jeff Hardy?
Who?
CM Punk.
Oh, like back in...
yeah, because Rollins cashed in on Punk at SummerSlam, and people were like, oh, it's karma for him cashing in on Jeff. And it's like, I guess.
I mean, no...
Not really.
Not really. Why did WWE? Why do you incorporate injuries into a story? Like, you faked an injury.
They've been doing it.
He did
for a long. They've done it. They've been doing it forever.
Oh yeah, I know. But it's like, I don't know. People were complaining about that. I'm like, I don't see a problem with it. It just makes the surprise even better because you think he's actually out for real, and
even though realistically, it's like you can kind of there would be a lot more coverage on it if he was actually injured.
There would be. Because he didn't even get diagnosed with anything. Like,
it was definitely. It was a good work though. I will say it was a good work because I believed it.
Yeah,
I also didn't care. That's the thing. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I believed it. I was like, oh wow, he's actually injured. He's not going to be able to be on TV for a while.
Here to cash in on it. That's their thing. I don't know if they actually do that. But it's like, because I mean, Priest, he was when he was sending your Money in the Bank with that purple briefcase. By the way, that shit went hard. That shit go hard.
That looked nice.
Top 5 Money in the Bank briefcase. No, okay. We're not doing that. You can't even remember 5 of them that were unique.
No,
exactly.
The one that Damien Mizdow or Sandow had though.
Sandow, okay, fuck, we're doing it. Sandow, Priest, not in any particular order. Brock's boombox one, that's pretty funny.
That was hilarious.
The CM Punk one with the black one with the little stuff written on it, and
Tiffany Stratton.
Yep,
there we go. That's where my list as well.
Because no one gives a shit enough about this. But yeah, Finn could have been world champion. Should have been world champion. The opportunity was there, or he should have. Well, actually, who won Money in the Bank this year? Oh, it was Seth. I feel like Seth was the obvious pick. I don't think Finn was in that match.
No. It's just the thing that annoys me about
he's
Balor,
delegated. That's the problem.
It's just like he's been in this faction, and he should have when him and Priest feuded when he turned on Damian Priest.
Yeah.
He should have left Judgment Day. It would have been
who, Finn?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because here's the thing, right? Realistically, you have obviously because you have Dom, JD, and Finn. Dom betrayed Rhea to give a Liv, and then Liv brought back Raquel. And I don't know why the addition of Carlito. I genuinely can't remember. I think because Dom and Carlito got some, or I think Dom Carlito. No, I think it was Carlito and Priest had a thing.
Oh, I don't know. Carlito was
because Carlito
backstage.
Yeah, he was just there. But like you have like, because realistically, Finn and JD they're inseparable because Finn trained JD. He's like his little brother. Dom's gonna stick with them because strength in numbers. Mm-hmm. Liv is gonna stick with Dom. Raquel's gonna stick with Liv. So it's like boom, you have like 5 people out of like a 7-man faction, and 2 of them just got the boot. It's like it's a numbers game.
Yeah, but at the same time, I want to see babyface Finn Balor.
Oh, we'll get it.
I think
what's gonna happen
with the title. Kind of like how he was with the Universal Championship. And when he was about to get that big push.
And then injury, and then he was on the shelf for months. I think what's going to happen, this is a prediction of mine, I don't know how long it will take, but we'll get to this point, where...
I mean, Finn's already like 41, 42.
Yeah, Cole's like 50. Man's got a 6-pack at 40-something and had been wrestling for like 10, 15 years prior. Yeah, I think giving him one world title push, even if like that's it after that, it's like, hey, it's better than him being the biggest what if. Because that's the thing about wrestling nowadays is you got people wrestling into their 40s and 50s. Sting was fucking 65, taking crazy ass bumps, doing ladder matches. His last ever match, him and Darby Allin versus the Young Bucks. For the tag titles. They were tag champions. He went undefeated in AEW. This took 5 fucking years. He was undefeated in AEW for 5 years. He wrestled like 30 matches. And in his final match, not only does he win, his sons got involved. He beat one of the greatest tag teams of all time. It's like he rode out on the sunset. And that's how it should be. That's how you book someone to wrap up their career. Yeah. Now Sting was on and off for especially with that injury he got wrestling Seth Rollins in WWE, and that WWE run was terrible in my opinion. The only good moment I remember was when the Wolfpack went against DX.
Yeah, WrestleMania 31. Yeah, I love my WrestleMania 31 was fun. Just because it was like one of the first WrestleManias that I watched, like live when it actually happened, rather than just going back on the WWE Network.
I really liked watching last year's WrestleMania live, just because A, it was Philly, and B, it was actually really good. I think it was better than this year's.
Oh yeah, by far,
easily.
I think the worst pay-per-view I've seen was WrestleMania Backlash.
Which was
it? I think it was last year.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it, but I just remember it being so bad. It was,
I genuinely, because Backlash was in Paris last year, right? That was last year. Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, and it was Cody.
It might have been this year.
It was, it was probably this year because it's not memorable. It's not memorable. But last year's, I remember Backlash. Backlash was in Paris. Remember Cody and AJ and the French crowd tore the shook the cameras. And that's the thing is when you go overseas, the crowds are way different from the United States. They're fucking bored, half asleep, bored because these motherfuckers are drunk. They're drunk in a bad way. They're drunk and falling asleep. Meanwhile, the fucking European fans are drunk and they're fucking chatting and da-da-da. Literally, I went to Collision. Had a little too much to. I went to a Collision in May. It was in Atlantic City. I had a little too much to drink, and I was starting. I would. There was a Kyle O'Reilly. It was Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong in a 2-out-of-3 tag match against FTR, and I just kept spamming Kyle O'Reilly chants at the top of my lungs. Kyle O'Reilly, my voice breaking and everything.
Was this the one where you were in the first?
I was in the first one for both. But nice. This one I was actually able to get a picture of myself in the front row, me and my 2 friends. But I was fucking I had a little too. I didn't realize it was too much to drink until I stood up. I was like, oh. Mm-hmm. And even my friend, she looks at me, she turns to me, she's like, yeah, I think you had a little too much. I'm like, I'm fine. And literally, like the entire time, I'm just spamming chants.
That's fun. No, that's how it should be at wrestling shows.
It was cool because like the opening
not
match.
The drinking, of course.
Drink responsibly. Not unless you're 21 or over. Anyways, it was cool because because there's a match with Wheeler Yuta, he came out and he was right over the barricade, right because I was pretty much on the end, so he's like 5 feet away from me basically. In fact, I have a video. The camera's gonna pick it up. Can y'all see that? Can you see that?
Yeah, very, very glary.
There you go.
That's not too bad, yeah. That's
yeah. And then I also have a video of, I was recording Paragon's entrance, that's Kyle O'Reilly and Rod Strong. I was recording their entrance, and I recorded FTR's entrance too. And freaking Dax Harwood flips him off. But yeah, just like that was a good time. And even Mox and Marina came through that barricade as well, and had one fan. He was more drunk than me at this point, which is crazy because it's like 8:00, and he's like cussing out Marina. I'm like, I wouldn't do that, big dog, because she come up there and grab you. You're kind of cooked, because she will judo flip your ass down these stairs and beat the brakes off you. Because he was some skinny black dude as well. So I was like, you look like just the right size for her to flip you. I'm scared of her, and I'm like I weigh 3 Marina Shafirs. Like, roughly. So it's like... Anyways, Finn should be world champion.
Yes.
Or should have a one world title run before he... Because we're probably not going to see Prince Devitt in AEW. Which would be fucking sick. Probably. But, who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe his contract will be up and maybe he'll be like, fuck this, I'm leaving.
He has friends over there. I'm pretty much all
They're all friends. Everyone's friends with each other at this point.
We're just rambling now. Yeah.
This is bound to happen. What was I saying? It's funny. So back in the 80s, with like the territories and stuff, that was a big no-no. Like the people were friends with each other in the territories, but outside of that, not really. No. And it's funny because that reminds me of like talking about kayfabe. People talk about kayfabe, and kayfabe basically, it'd be a funny bit here if you like edit this. Put a counter in the bottom corner for how many times the screen flips upside down. Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. Like they talk about kayfabe's dead, and it's like, well, kayfabe died as soon as wrestlers started being on social media.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like you can't. You could technically still be in character on social media, but like it just doesn't work the same because it's like the whole point. The whole point of having social media is you have the person you are outside of social media, the person you are as a wrestler. Yeah. You're still an entertainer, sure, but you're able to. It allows you to kind of create a sort of divide between the two. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good example. I mean, like Punk will show off all the stuff he's doing because I follow CM Punk. He'll show off all the stuff he's doing, like outside of WWE. Hey, I'm working on this indie film, or hey, I'm doing this, doing that. Or I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be at this convention. Things like that. And it's like other wrestlers do it too, but it's nice to sort of see the human being.
It is
beyond the wrestler. Here's something we can talk about. Why are wrestling fans treat wrestlers like shit?
Dude, I don't know. Like,
especially the women.
Oh, dude, there's been like death threats that have
Roxanne Perez of all fucking people, the little munchkin, poor girl. We're the same fucking age, crazy enough.
Oh wow.
Was getting death threats and someone was harassing her. I'm like, what the fuck is
people
wrong? Of all people as well. Yeah. She's like the most chill person. What is it about wrestlers in particular? Because you have wrestlers who you have people who just feel like it's okay to harass wrestlers, not just the women, but in particular the women. The guys don't get it as bad because most of those guys can and will kick your ass. But the women, it's like it's not right.
No, it's not right at all.
Rhea, people thirst over Rhea online. That's apparent. But it's like
that's different.
It's different from like bothering her at a fucking airport. Yeah. It's different from like harassing her out in public or harassing wrestlers out in public. So like, another good example was so I don't know if you know Joey Janela. He's a GCW guy. He's mainly on the independents. He was in AEW for like a little bit, but and he hosted a show with Sabu. Sabu's last ever match was at some event that Joey Janela was hosting for GCW, and Sabu died weeks later.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: we don't know if there's any correlation between, because it was a death match, which realistically Sabu at that age with the health conditions he had probably shouldn't have done that. But we don't know if there was a direct correlation or if it was something else, right? Because we still don't know the cause of death. I don't know the cause of death. I'm sure you can probably find it now, but a lot of people were basically harassing Joey Janela and his girlfriend Megan Bain, who's also a wrestler, harassing them online, death threats, just absurd shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, and here's the thing: I initially thought, oh well, this is Joey's fault because why the fuck would you have that match? But at the same time, Sabu also did agree to do it. He could have at any point been like, nah, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. And people, I guess people online were probably talking about how the match pretty much killed him. And
more or less. They're basically trying to blame Joey for it, and it's like it's a lot more complicated than that, right? It's not like he died like during the match or like after the match, like directly after the match. It was weeks later, so he had health complications already. The match certainly didn't help, and it's a bad look for Joey. But either way, it's like and like other women as well who get harassed. It's like in wrestling, or just like the egregious things people say about women online, like female wrestlers online. Like you go to any comment section, or most comment section, and it's either she sucks or or they say something perverted.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn.
Like I was reading the comments on like Naomi's pregnancy announcement, bro. There was congratulations, and then there was like the hidden comments. So I unlocked the hidden comments.
Made that mistake.
And it's
just the most foulest shit ever.
They go. Who cares? Why would you have a baby when you're champion? Fucking.
Okay, the second one's valid. The first one is just kind of like, well, you didn't have to comment.
Yeah, exactly.
Like people forget with social media.
Not even. It's like
if you engage, the algorithm's gonna feed you more shit when you engage with certain posts. So if I engage in a wrestling post, like it, comment it, whatever, I'm gonna get more of the same thing. Crazy how algorithms work.
Yeah. No, I think it was like, apparently what I read is that Naomi and Jimmy have been trying to have a baby for like years or something.
Yeah, it happens.
So it's like when it happens now, it's like okay.
It's just I feel the time. It's kind of weird. It's bad timing. That's all.
Bad timing. But like when you're having a kid, you're having a kid. It's like I can't do anything about that.
They can't exactly. Not to mention, it's like women don't have. Like a guy can realistically have a baby in his 60s.
Yeah.
Well, it really more like 50s, but possible for his 60s. I mean, hell, Al Pacino and
I saw.
Yeah, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. They got kids in their fucking 80s. They're gonna be dead soon, and their kids are just gonna grow up without their fucking dad. Like they're knocking people up in their 80s, and then but women don't have that. They can't wait that long to have kids.
Personally, I don't see a problem with it, but the people that are like,
Becky did the same thing.
Yeah.
Becky,
and then did you see the tweet that she tweeted out or something? It was imagine having a kid when you're champion. Yeah.
That was a good callback.
That was
a good callback.
It was in character, obviously, for.
Obviously. But I can't fuck. Oh, can we? Okay, I'm gonna veer off real quick again. I can't fucking stand Becky Lynch. Well, I can't stand Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And here's why. Well, actually, that's not true. I can't stand her recently. Before, I didn't care. But now, it's like, okay. You can't be bothered to put Lyra over. First of all, why were you NXT champion after being established on the main roster? That's what bothered me.
Charlotte did the same thing.
Charlotte did the same fucking thing. And that bothers me. Because you're coming down here. This is your perfect opportunity to put somebody over without taking nothing from nobody. Like Seth challenging Braun Breaker Braun challenging Seth on NXT for the world title was cool, but we knew Seth was winning that. But that also helped up Braun's stock, help raise his stock, and have him go to and have him be able to go into the main roster, no problem.
Yeah.
But what bothers me about Becky is just the fact that not even the NXT title run from recently, which it was unnecessary, but just two things really. The whole Lyra thing, I think that's just
I don't really like that.
That's bad booking, and I don't appreciate that they're doing Lyra dirty because it's not like there's going to be a consolation for it. It's not going to be a reward for putting up with this bullshit booking. It's just not. And then there was an incident not too long ago where Punk had feuding with Rollins. He calls him out, or he calls out Becky. He's like, Becky, come get your husband before I beat his ass. And then she goes on Twitter, and she's like, I'm not the one who needs to come get their husband. And it's a picture of Punk and Roxanne. Now, Punk and Roxanne are she's been a long time CM Punk fan. They're friends, right? They're friends outside of wrestling. They were wearing similar gear, right? At the Chamber, I think it was this year. Was he in the Chamber last year? No, because he was injured. So it was the Chamber this year. They were wearing similar outfits, and basically, what she was trying to do was she was basically trying to allude to like, Punk and Roxanne had a thing going on, even though Punk's married and old enough to be her dad. He's twice her age. Like that's such a weird response to a promo to be on Twitter. And Cora Jade called it out as well and said that's weird behavior, and they made her delete it. I'm like, fuck that. Becky needs to be put in her fucking place, because that's such an extreme reaction to a promo, a planned shit talk. That's what promos are. It's premeditated shit talk. Yeah. So your response to a promo was saying, you and a woman half your age are having a fucking affair because you wore similar outfits. That's psychotic. That's psycho behavior. That's crazy. Weird behavior, like Cora said. Like that. So that's rubbed me the wrong way for a hot minute.
Well, if it's something in character, I don't understand why you would go and say something like that.
Like, even if it wasn't character, that's weird even in character. Because even MJF, all the abhorrent shit he says in character is in promos in character. He doesn't take it outside of the ring. He doesn't take it outside of a promo.
Which pretty much everything I've seen him in, like, if it's on a podcast or if it's on...
He's in character.
He's literally just...
He's in character. Like there is... he's in character.
Like, if you see him out on the street and you're recording, he's gonna fucking...
He'll be in character.
And he'll be like,
he'll be like, you're a fucking idiot and you're poor. But it's the best compliment he'll give you. Here's another topic. There's a little something else to talk about.
Sure.
Let's say the real Forbidden Door opens up and WWE and AEW, clash. How are you booking it? What are we looking at?
I'm going to do...
we'll do 5 matches. Make it
5 matches.
Yeah.
So like 1-on-1s, tag teams, all that stuff.
Yeah, just one of or just whatever match you want to do. Just we'll make it 5 so that way.
I want to see because one, Seth Rollins said something about Kenny Omega.
Seth Rollins, Kenny Omega.
Seth Rollins, Kenny Omega. In the tag team world.
So is the Young Bucks.
Oh yeah, easy. I was gonna say New Day, but then I forgot Big E is a wrestling. So then the New Day kind of.
And yeah. New Day fucking sucks. Like actually, like not even for the bit they were doing back in the day. Like this heel New Day, fucking trash.
Yeah, I don't like what they did with that.
And why is Grayson Waller hanging with him?
I don't know.
Get this white man out of here! Like, the hell is why is he not with Theory?
Austin Theory's
been delegated to fucking main event, and he's mollywopping motherfuckers over there.
Austin Theory, I think, is injured. He's gonna come back after a whole bunch of time off. He's gonna be a babyface, like how the crowd wanted him.
Yeah, because he does well as a babyface. Because you saw the reception he got as a heel as the United States Championship, as the United States Champion. Wasn't good. And he was trying. I liked it. Well, at least I liked the new look because he desperately needed to grow a beard.
Yeah,
the French villain shit he had going on.
I don't know what it is, but anyways, Kenny Omega, Rollins, Usos, Bucks is fun.
Easy enough.
Obviously, like in their characters now, Tribal Chief, whatever Rollins is, and Moxley. Let's do a triple threat. Let's do a Shield triple threat.
Yep, Shield triple threat.
Updated Shield triple
Tribal
threat.
Chief versus Death Rider versus Visionary. Takeshita versus Nakamura. You don't know Takeshita, do you? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Dude, I'm sorry.
No. This is a good thing. Go on YouTube, look up Konosuke. I'll just send you a video. It's just easy enough. Yeah. He just won the G1, by the way. He won the G1 final. Now he's showing his Xavier Jr. at Wrestle Kingdom in January. I mean, me personally, I would want to see Takeshita versus Nakamura. That is like in their like. I
want to see who's like an old
Randy Orton versus Jay White.
That's a good one.
He even said that Randy Orton was a dream opponent of his. Jay White said in an interview, he's like, "Yeah, I want to wrestle Randy Orton."
Like, I want to see like Orton versus like one of the older guys. There, like I want to see Jericho versus like Jericho now versus like one of the older.
Jericho ain't been on TV in a hot minute.
Yeah.
Like months.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's doing.
I don't know. Probably stuff with Fozzy.
Last one is easy. I want to see top 5 NXT versus top 5 AEW versus top 5 main roster. Survivor Series elimination. Well, you know,
like Survivor Series makes sense because it's a tag team that leads one person at a time.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Kind of like what they did. Survivor Series 5-on-5.
Yeah, I would watch that. I feel like you'd have to. At that
it's kind of like what they did. This is like one of my favorite matches for some reason. The 2019 NXT versus Raw versus SmackDown.
Yep, I remember that. Oh,
for some reason,
yeah.
So I want like if we were to do like AEW,
we should draft them then. We should do a little mini draft.
Let's do that next time.
We'll do that next time because we're gonna be here a while.
Mini draft. Stay tuned.
Part 2.
Tough if that really happened though.
That'd
just
be
the companies just crossed over like they actually.
If they're crossing over with TNA, it's there.
It's good. It's like if
realistically
like DC
they're crossing over. You're good. They're probably realistically just crossing over with people who they know aren't really competition. Like AAA's really not competition for WWE. TNA's really not competition nowadays. So that's probably why they won't do business with AEW.
Yeah,
especially because it'll be TKO fighting with Warner Brothers, and plus, depending on who's showing it, that's gonna be who wins the matches, or who gets booked to win the matches.
Yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Stay tuned for the next episode. Do you have anything to add?
Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Sell them.